Yes, no, we were excited. OCC, Oxford Community Church, hosted the Renew conference not that long ago, and there were more than 100 people there, including us, and we had the privilege of opening in prayer. And the vision behind it is exactly what it says on the tin, Renew Oxford. It's come from the Love Oxford churches, who often do a worship event in central Oxford, but it was much more practical. We did worship, but also we were looking at what the needs are post-pandemic and how the churches together really could be part of the answer. So yes, very much the sort of conference Doorsteps might have held if someone else wasn't holding it, and we probably will follow up on it. But yeah, it was really encouraging, and some fantastic speakers, one of whom you're going to hear a clip from, I think.
A friend is someone I can talk to, depend on, grow with, and enjoy. And each of those four elements is incredibly important. Talk to about the little things and the big things. The little things like the football scores and the holiday plans, and the big things. Should I change jobs? Should I move to another country? Is God calling me to do this or to do that? Someone to depend on. They're the 2 a.m. friends that we can call when everything has gone wrong. Someone to grow with. Aristotle said friendship is the school of virtue. Proverbs 27:11 says, iron sharpens iron. So we're talking about this growth that happens when two good quality friends get together, and when the friendship actually is serving ultimate transcendent ideals above themselves, we actually grow to be bigger, better people, and not just here. Someone to enjoy. A key element of friendship is that you actually enjoy being in their presence, and they enjoy being in your presence. And whether it's just the stimulating conversation that you have, or the fact that you also like New Order, the best band in the world, or whether you, like me, like really deep and meaningful, moody European films with subtitles where everybody dies in the end, but they die so meaningfully.
Okay, so we really appreciated that, and I think I'm just going to share screen my PowerPoint now, straight into slideshow. I'm a bit laggy. My computer's on a go slow because it's too warm. Is that okay, Andrew? Andrew's giving me thumbs up. Right, so the transformative power of friendship on a city scale. That's our blurb. So friendship is our bread and butter. I literally read this morning. I read 2 pages of continuing professional development book every morning with my coffee as I hide from my children in the back garden and eat my breakfast. And this is what I read this morning, and I thought it was brilliant. Children's friendships are a vital part of growing up, and they play an essential role in social and emotional development. And then the flip side of that, how isolation can impact well-being. And we're seeing a lot of this. And at the moment, this is what we expect to see post-pandemic, is what we expect to be working with. And it's powerful. So this is something that we had from a parent, feedback about the power of healthy friendships, finding tribe, and this young person being able to be herself and feel recognized and accepted. And we knew the power of this. This was something we were expecting to see. And what we've been seeing over the past few months, Renew Oxford, I think we'd been feeling it, and Renew Oxford helped us to put a frame and put words around it, is that the friendships, it's not just about young people having friendships. I love this quote by Margaret Mead: a small group of thoughtful community, committed people can change the world, is the only thing that ever has. And so these are some of the different teams that Charlotte and I are working within, and some of the different networks and connections, and they all build up together. And I really liked the honeycomb image because it's building something bigger and stronger than itself. And so we've seen a lot of growth in friendships between practitioners, and like in the 612 prayer group that Charlotte and I are in, that's looking at supporting vulnerable families, that brings a genuine joy and love to when we meet to pray together on Thursday mornings. So I think we're celebrating that. And then Charlotte, do you want to explain this one? Or shall I keep going?
You're doing a great job, but I can have a go. Hannah put the PowerPoint together, so she'd probably do a better job. The friendship guy who spoke was so interesting, saying that church talks a lot about agape, but not about philia. And the world obviously talks about eros rather than philia. So he wanted to redress that balance. And the lady before him spoke about loneliness and isolation, and she is a civil servant. So the two of them, it was really interesting that it's a huge need. And he was saying, we have the answer as churches. Friendship is our bread and butter. And actually it's quite simple, the coming alongside. If we can extend it to those beyond the church, you know, that is the answer. These were the findings. So we did a feedback survey at the end of the conference, and these were the points that came out of it. So friendship, that Hannah's already mentioned a bit. The prayer, which we started the 612 praying back in November 2020. And like Hannah says, we have grown so close. We didn't know each other particularly at the start. We've grown so close through the prayer, and we've seen some amazing answers to prayer, and are confident we're going to see more amazing answers as well. And then, yes, the third, we need, the church leaders recognize the need for a strategic way of coming together to decide how they work together for the benefit of Oxford. So what are the needs and how can they address them? And that is lacking a little bit, but it was great that they recognize that and want to address that.
Okay, so these are our prayer points. Those powerful, supernatural, heaven anointed, kingdom living friendships, positive, restorative and inspirational between children, young people and families. I think particularly for parents, having those friendships can be really helpful. People who can tell you how to avoid arguments and saying no all the time. For the friendships between practitioners in areas, so in specific areas of Oxford, but then also geographical areas, but also practice areas. So people working with teenagers, people working with small children. And then between churches, I think genuine friendship between churches would be a powerful and beautiful thing to see. And I've seen it once at a Churches Together meeting, and you could just feel God's happiness. So I think praying more friendship between churches would be beautiful.